Okay, so the recipe we're going to be doing today is one of my personal favorites. It is a cottage pie. The difference between a cottage pie and a shepherd's pie is lamb or ground beef. I fucking hate lamb. So we're going to do ours with ground beef, and you can argue about it in the comments. But first thing we're going to want to do is start by browning off a pound of ground beef. The recipe I'm doing today is a double recipe, so pretty much use half of everything I've got. I've got 2 pounds of ground beef, and I'm going to start browning it off. Once you get your ground beef a little browned, not all the way browned, you can go in with some seasonings. I've got a combination of salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika. And you just mix it all in and keep browning. Now that we've got our ground beef seasoned, browned up, and strained off, we want to come in with a whole can of peas and 1 can of sliced carrots. We'll get this mixed up, and then after that's incorporated, that's when we'll add the gravy. Alright, so now it is time to add our gravy. So what you want to do is turn the heat up to high. Pour in the brown gravy mix. Mine's 2 packs. Again, I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef. If you're doing one, just 1 pack of gravy. Pour your water in. And then the goal is to keep this moving until it thickens up like a gravy. Alright, now this is about the consistency that I shoot for this. It's not watery, but it's not super thick either. Just enough to coat everything very nicely. And then we'll let this sit and start on the potatoes that will go on top. Okay, at this point you should have your meat mix in your pan, your potatoes done. Yeah, I used packed potatoes, big deal. If you season anything, you can make it taste good. So my potatoes gonna go on top of here, and we'll cover it with cheese. So before we put our taters on, you're gonna want to go ahead and have your oven preheating to 375. So we got a little ways to go. So next, you'll see this covered in potatoes. Now that we've got our potatoes covered, our oven is preheated to 375. We're gonna cover it in Colby Jack cheese. Then we'll put it in the oven and let it sit for about 25 minutes. And we'll see what it looks like. Here they are, fresh out of the oven. And I would cut into them for you, but these are actually going to my parents' house. So. Oh yeah. Gonna be good stuff.